Hey, Christina, you saw my video? Which one, Christina? On your did you send it to me on TikTok? Let's see here. Lauren, welcome in. Lauren, how are you doing? You've been kind of quiet. I know I've seen you in here. You've been kind of quiet. How's everything going? Dartini, welcome in. Dartini, how's everything going? I haven't heard from you in a while. Oh, I did? Oh, okay. I'm good. Just work has been busy. Oh, okay. Christina, I'm going to have to look at it. Hey, Yul, welcome in. I think I remember. I'm going to have to go back and research it. Oh, my eye is itching. How is everybody doing tonight? Oh, Genevieve drinking from the sink. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I thought it was so cute. Let me see. Let me go back. It's so sweet. I was just sitting there watching it thinking, oh my god. Oh, work has gotten the best of you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dartini. It's so funny when they do that. Just drinking from the sink. It's so cute, though. Yeah, I'm ready too for a break. I am ready too for a break. I wish I was vacation already. I'm already in vacation mode with all the watching movies all weekend. Bing Bong, welcome in. We haven't seen you in a while. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Oh, that she loves doing that. I love it. Let me hit that. There we go. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for 10 minutes after the hour. Elijah Johnson. What is my story? This is a professional YouTube. We do children's literature. This is the Children's Literature Book Hour. And then my YouTube page for my book, Joe E. King and the Fragile Figurine. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We have all new, fresh titles for everyone. Let me see what we have in here for the night. We're going to do 2 Christmas and 2 regular. We're going to continue with our Curious George series. Bing Bong. Isn't that a nice shirt? I got it at Old Navy for this when it's during the summertime. Hey, Tanya, welcome in. Tanya, how are you feeling? Magali, how are you doing? Magali, how's everything going? Tanya, how are you feeling? Is the flu gone away? Are you doing better? How are the kids? How's your son doing? Yeah, it is very summery, huh? It's one of those, I just done laundry and folded it, put it in my drawer, took it out. It's nice and clean. It smells nice and clean. Feeling a lot better, still have a cough, but 10 times better. Oh, okay, Ryan's doing a lot better. Oh, that's good. And did your boss get over it when you called in? Because I know you said you had called in and they weren't happy about that. Hope that is a better situation. I always pop in and learn. Bing Bong, always remember you. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just starting. I haven't decided yet what we're going to do for Project Wednesday. I just tell everyone she's a Karen. There you go. That's a good way of doing it. Not sure what we're gonna make for Project Wednesday. We will find something. We have to do a Santa or a reindeer. Well, we've done a reindeer. Yeah, Tanya, it was a good weekend. I caught up on some shows. I watched that P. Diddy documentary from 50 Cent on Netflix. And then The Beast Within. Oh, Dartini, what did you think about it? Isn't it interesting? All that was going on back when I was a kid listening to that. Tanya, it just dropped. It probably dropped probably like a couple weeks ago. The Beast Within with Claire Danes, that's really good. It's an 8-episode series. Right, Dartini, it's so easy too. Oh, thank you so much, Big Mong. I appreciate that. Oh, Tanya, how time watch TV? Yeah. If you have during Christmas Day or New Year's Day, that'd be a good time to catch up on that. Yeah, Dartina, that's a big one to go down. So weird. I feel like P. Diddy is the same as the current administration. There's a lot of ties to the mob or ties to these like old mob gangsters. Yeah. Dartini, she's been really quiet about it. There's been a couple of other ones too. They were saying too that his ex-wife, she died like at 47 or 48, and they didn't bring that up. Supposedly she died from the flu. Urban Fresh, welcome in. They didn't touch that. Faith Evans, a lot of other people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of other people. Real quiet. Real quiet. But there's a lot of it's interesting because his mom, you know, they said that his mom was very involved in, you know. Oh, thank you so much, Urban Fresh. Yeah, we got our Christmas tree up. Mm-hmm. Right, Dartini. Could do lots of investigating on the internet. There's so much out there. It's crazy. It's that whole period of music. It's great music. Great music. But the way that they financed it and where the money comes from is dark money. Urban Fresh, not really. I just started watching on Netflix. I really like that Sirhan guy. He's the real estate guy, and he's got these real estate agents, and they go. You know, the job is to go and get listings and sell them, and you get to see inside the houses. It's really pretty. My son started walking over the weekend. Oh, excellent, Tanya, nice. How old is he now? He's probably a year old, isn't he? Good for him. He's using them legs. All right, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start 1 year. Wow. Tanya, are you sure you want him to start walking yet? Because that's when they get into everything, huh? All right, we're going to continue with our Curious George. The last one we read was Curious George Went to the Library. You guys are going to get the Christmas one. Curious George in the Big City. I know, right, Tanya? You got to lock everything down, move everything up. Curious George in the Big City. This is George. He lived with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, George was in the big city. Let's stop here, George, his friend suggested. I would like to get you a holiday surprise before we see the sights. So they're in the big city. He's going to take him to the mall. Got the candy canes and the stars and the Christmas trees and the taxi. All the big city things. George loved surprises. He wanted to get a surprise from the man with the yellow hat, too. Why, here was a whole pile of surprises, all ready to go. Would one of these be right for his friend? George was curious. We love a good old-fashioned malls. Malls aren't the same like they used to be. I loved going to the mall as a kid when it was Christmas time. It was so pretty, so magical. They brought out all the inventory, clothes stacked on top of each other, presents, the cologne, perfume aisles, always really gorgeous gift boxes for colognes and perfumes, tall piles of those gift boxes. Now, you're lucky if they have a Christmas ornament in the mall. He opened a box and peeked inside. The box was empty. That was not a good surprise. George opened another box and another. They were all empty. Suddenly, the store clerk came running. "Stop, please," he cried. "You are ruining my display." Oh, does he love this one, Corey? That's a really good one. We love a good Curious George. He went into that display and started opening the boxes. But George did not want to stop. He wanted to go. He wanted to get away fast. Quickly, he climbed on the escalator. George went up. The clerk went up, too. So he started a chase. What George wanted now was to find his friend. What luck! George spotted a yellow hat on the escalator going down. Could that be his friend? Thank you so much, Urban Fresh, for that. I really appreciate it. So he wanted to find his friend, the man with the yellow hat, because he had already created some chaos. George followed the yellow hat out of the store and around the corner. He chased it down some stairs. Where could his friend be going? Was this George's surprise? No, this was the subway. George got on the train just in time. He thought maybe his friend was playing a game with him. But where was the man now? George looked around. The train was very crowded. Could that be him on the other end of the subway car? It might be hard to get there. Thank you so much, Lavender Duckling. So here's George in the big city. He escaped the manager, but he ended up going outside. And he was looking all over for the man with the yellow hat. His friend in the subway. And there's George looking for him. But not too hard to find for a little monkey. Suddenly the train stopped, and when the doors opened, the yellow hat disappeared. George followed as quickly as he could. Oh, Corey, how fun! Oh, that's going to be so magical. You're so lucky. I'm super jealous. It's going to be really pretty. But he was too late. This was not a surprise after all. This was a mistake. The yellow hat was nowhere to be seen. Poor George, he was all alone in the big city. How would he ever find his friend now? Oh, I think he was following this lady here. He is lost. One thing I really like about Curious George is when they go out into the public and you see people, they're always really nicely dressed. It's like the fashion back then. Like 1950s, 60s. Soon, George could see nothing but legs. He was surrounded by a crowd of moving people, and he had to keep moving himself so that he would not get stepped on. Then George heard a woman's voice coming from the head of the crowd. "Going up," she said. Up? That was just what George needed. He needed to be high up, like in a tree or in an escalator. Then he could get a good look around. George joined the crowd as they got into the elevator and went up. So he's still searching for his friend. He's going to go up there in that elevator to go look for him. Here was a good lookout. From up here, George could see a bridge, lots of tall buildings, and a little green lady standing in the water. But he did not see his friend. It's time to go, called the woman from the elevator. We have lots more to see. The crowd followed the woman, and they wanted to see more. George wanted to see more, too. So he's right there, right at the top of, looks like the Empire State Building. And look at how dated this is. You've got the Twin Towers here. Isn't that interesting? When were these written? When were these published? 2004. Well, no. 1999. But this particular one is 2001. Oh, interesting. So this one was published in 2001, so right the year of 9/11. So they still have the Twin Towers in there. Interesting. Interesting. Soon, George was on a big bus driving through the city. There was lots more to see. But no matter where George looked, he did not see the man with the yellow hat. So these are 25 years old, 26 years old books. So there he is searching. Oh, there's at the Guggenheim Museum. So pretty. He's hitting all the spots. Back on the bus, George looked and looked. Finally, he saw something familiar. George was excited. He rushed inside. He was sure to find his friend here. Instead, he ran right into the clerk. "You're just the one I've been looking for to help me fix this mess," he said. George felt bad. He had not meant to make such a mess. So he went right back into the store. There's the store clerk calling him out. Could he help rewrap the boxes? George took some ribbon in one hand, some paper in another, and some tape in a third. So he's going to help put that display back together again. Then, like only a monkey can, George wrapped those boxes. Soon, a crowd gathered to watch. Everyone wanted George to wrap their boxes, too. Oh. Just as George tied his 25th quadruple bow, he spotted his friend. At last, George was happy. But when he saw that the man was carrying a present, George became sad. He had forgotten all about finding a surprise for his friend. Then he had an idea. So George got into all this crazy mischief, and in the meantime, his friend was out shopping for him. "George!" exclaimed the man with the yellow hat. "What a good surprise!" His friend was very glad to see him. "I've been looking all over for you in the store," he said, "and now I have a surprise for you, too." George opened his surprise and put it on. It fit perfectly. "Now we're ready to see the sights," the man said. George held tightly to his friend's hand, and everyone waved goodbye. "Let's be careful not to get separated again," the man with the yellow hat said as they left for the store. Got that little beanie. "The best part of the holidays is spending time together." George agreed. Isn't that cute? A very traditional New York ride. The end. A treasury of Curious George 8 stories included. The end. A good way to start the live with a Curious George anthology, which we happen to finish. So now we have to scramble and find a new anthology to start the lives with. Alrighty, in the comments section, let's see what everybody thought about that. I give that one a 10. I give that one a 10 because you cannot not give an anthology series a 10 if you read it at the beginning. Mexi Pina, 10. Magal, you really like that one? Yeah, I agree. That one was a good one. Whitby, 10. Let me get my tea. I'll be right back, guys. Magali 10. I agree. Let me pour the tea. Okay, so just a couple of updates. Let's pour the tea. I'm going to give you guys some information. So as you know, if you click the link in my bio, if you click the link in my bio right here, the linked tree, it'll take you to my linked tree page for Joe E. King books. You'll find the latest newsletter. I have a new YouTube 3-minute video out, Conversations with Joe E. King. Right on top of here are the Friends of Joe E. King coloring pages. If you guys click that, you'll have access to the coloring pages and sentence frames. This one's for the kids, but these are for the adults right here. Mentors, 2, 4, 3, and this one here. I just finished coloring mine. Let me show you guys. I just finished coloring mine. I used it as a meditation or a journaling prompt. And I put, when I feel overwhelmed, my younger self wants to run. As an adult, I try to stop and allow myself to feel what is going on inside of me. I'm not always successful at it, but it's led me to some internal wisdom. So this is going to be my Joe E. King color sheet. And let me show you what I'm going to do with those. Some of you have seen this already, but I'm going to move you guys just a bit. So here is the Joe E. King wall. This is the background that I'm going to be using when I do my read alouds once the Joe E. King book is out. You'll notice I have it labeled. This side is the Friends of Joe, so this will be the kids side. And this side over here are the Mentors of Joe, which would be the adults. And Whitney just gave us hers. We printed it out. We put it on there. My friend Marcella drew one. So my plan is when the parents and kids come for the read alouds, that they'll be able to, once they've heard the story, they'll get the color sheet themselves and then they'll color it and then write in there, fill in the sentence frame. And then we'll just collect them and hang them on there. So if you are interested as an adult to join the page, I would really like adults participation on there, only because when we do the read alouds, I want the parents to interact with their kids as well. So the kids will be able to do one, and then the parents. So if the parents see that adults have taken, have done some, they'll most likely follow through on it. Whitney is one of our latest ones. So Whitney is on with us right now. She colored one. She's got a really cute one. Let me bring it. Give me 1 second, guys. She colored one and then she sent it to us on PDF. She sent it to me through PDF. It says, an object that represents a part of me is a small diamond earring. Losing it would feel like sadness because it is so special to me. My dad gave the earrings to me years ago. I wear one always. It makes me feel like he is always with me. Guys, isn't that sweet? And what I really love about it, it's very relatable to both parents and kids. So if a parent were to read this or a kid were to read it, they would be able to really relate to it and be able to use the sentence frames for themselves. I just love the idea of... Wait, that reminds me of a story. When I was a kid, I think it was like in 3rd or 4th grade, I can't remember. I really didn't want to go to school. Really didn't want to go to school early in the morning. And my mom gave me a kiss on the lips and said goodbye. And she goes, "You're gonna have a good day." And I remember going to school like this the whole day because I wanted to hold my mom's kiss on my mouth because it just felt, I felt secure. And that's what the earring reminds me of. Is like you have the earring on your ear, and it's just a reminder that your dad is with you. So very nice. Yes, I agree, Magali. Very sweet. It's just it's a very to the point, sweet example, and that's what we're looking for as adults. For adults when they do a Joey King picture. So if you're interested, just click that link, color it, take a PDF of it, and then send it to me by email. My email is on there as well. And then we'll print it out and then put it on the Joey King wall. All right, let's go ahead and get back to story time. Magali, aren't they? I loved it. My mom, she was in her pajamas drinking her coffee. I'm like, damn, I wish I was in your place. I had to go out in the cold. She was in her PJs drinking her coffee, getting a kiss. Said goodbye. She sent me out. Sent me out into the wild. Thank you so much, Magali. Yes, please. When you have time, thank you too. I appreciate that. A Simple Christmas on the Farm. We love a good Christmas story, especially when it has to be on, when it's something about a farm. We love a good Red and Page. We love a good Red and Page. When white frosts the barnyard fence posts, and snow blankets cover the fields, when boughs on the pines hang heavy and snowdrifts pile next to the barn, that's when we start to get ready for Christmas on the farm. So lots of little signs that Christmas is coming near. Snow blankets cover the fields when boughs on the pines hang heavy and snowdrifts pile next to the barn. That's when we know it's time to get ready for Christmas on the farm. We love a good pop of red. Is it Christmas yet? I asked. The little red barn usually looks forgotten and shabby, but today it dazzles with the winter sunshine. Soon, Daddy says. I want to buy a tree and start decorating right away, but Mama laughs and says to slow down. We're keeping things simple this year for Christmas on the farm. So here is a picture of the outdoor. Yeah, the little trucks. I love it. So there's a little girl. She's out there looking at the farm. She's really excited for Christmas, and so is her cat. But Mom says, you know what? You need to slow down. You need to slow down. We're keeping things simple this year for Christmas on the farm. The parents are just kicking back with their coffee, all comfortable and cozy. It's cold outside. A simple Christmas, I ask. What about presents? We'll have presents, Daddy says, but we're going to make them ourselves. We'll focus less on getting and more on giving, Mama adds. I'm not sure I'll like having a simple Christmas on the farm. So they're going to do something a little bit different. They're going to make the gifts this year instead of buying. And they're going to make some simple gifts too. The next day, we trudged through the woods to pick a tree. I want a big one, but Mama eyes a small, scraggly one. Just right, she says. We drag it home and put it in the tub. And Daddy strings it with lights. I loop more along the barnyard fence. Now it's starting to look like Christmas on the farm. That gorgeous red. So they go get their Christmas tree. This is the one they choose, the scraggly one. There's this really big, pretty one here. Then I have an idea. Let's have Christmas in the little red barn. We'll make our own decorations, says Mama. And set up a big table, says Daddy, with room for everyone who wants to come to Christmas on the farm. So there's their little scraggly tree. They decorated it. They've got some Christmas lights strung on the fence here. Some chickens in the background. And they're going to open up their barn for everybody for Christmas. Soon it's time to make cookies. Mama rolls out dough and I cut out shapes. Some we hang with ribbons on the tree. Some we eat. Mama says we're going to share most of them. Share our cookies, I ask. I hope we'll have enough left for Christmas on the farm. So they're cutting out the Christmas sugar cookies with those little designs, putting them on the pan. They cut their little tea sets here at the top. There's the Christmas tree. It came out pretty cute. They got some homemade decorations on it with some lights, a star. We take the truck into town, bringing our cookies with us. We visit the senior living center like we do every month. This time we hand out cookies and sing Christmas carols. My favorite nurse sings along. I whisper an idea to Mama. She smiles and nods. I ask the nurse, will you come sing with us at Christmas on the farm? Hey, Bree, welcome in. Bree, how's it going? A little late. I noticed you popped in for the West Coast. You normally do. How's everything going? So they go visit the senior center, the seniors. They sing some songs to them. Their little Christmas tree in the background there. It's really cute. The next day, I hand a cookie to the mail carrier, then several to the farm workers. When the vet comes to visit our cows, I give cookies to her and her kids. We're having Christmas in our barn, I tell them. Will you come? Will you come to Christmas on the farm? I'm doing good. I popped in earlier. Oh, good. You must be really tired. Bree, really good. I stayed in all weekend. Watched movies in one of those small blankets. A throw. It was really nice. In my pajamas. One afternoon, Daddy pulls me on a sled to Grandma and Grandpa's house next door. Grandma takes out a basket of fabric scraps, bottoms, and yarn and shows me how to make a star ornament. Grandma is knitting something but won't let me see. A surprise, she says, for Christmas on the farm. Yeah, it was really nice. I think I went out and got something at the grocery store, but that was it. So there she is visiting Grandma. Grandma's going to make some star ornaments. Mom and I work on more gifts. We heat rocks in the oven, then rub crayons over them in colorful designs. And we make coasters using old Christmas cards, one for each person coming to Christmas on the farm. So they get rocks. We heat rocks in the oven and then rub crayons over them in colorful designs. Oh, that's a cute idea. Let's see what they're going to do with them. Very simple. On Christmas Eve, Daddy and I cover a long table with white paper. Mama adds evergreen boughs and pine cones. I set a coaster in each place and Grandma arranges her homemade candles. That's really cute. It's a good example. Grandpa sets a small hand-carved manger in the middle of the table. Can you put baby Jesus in the manger? He asks. Now everything is ready for Christmas on the farm. There's the little manger. That night, I put on my red Christmas dress and Mama braids my hair. Then we pick up Grandma and Grandpa on our way to church. We sing songs and hear the Christmas story. The minister tells us about Jesus born in a manger, surrounded by farm animals. The first Christmas was simple, too. I'm getting excited about our own Christmas on the farm. This is a very typical Christmas scene. Kids dressed up for Christmas, getting their hair done. There's a little church. The nativity set. The next morning, I wake to a wonderful smell. I tiptoe downstairs just as Mama takes a pan of my favorite cinnamon rolls out the oven. Merry Christmas, everyone, Grandma and Grandpa call out, stamping snow from their boots. Now I'm getting hungry for Christmas on the farm. I always like that, waking up early morning Christmas, and then yeah, very pretty picture of church, I agree. You smell breakfast in the air. Yeah, the little cat, the little spotted cat there. Grandma and Grandpa come in. I pass out my homemade presents. Simply beautiful, Mama says. Grandpa brings out a wooden tool bench he made just for me. Mama and Daddy give me a box of wood scraps of every shape and kind, and plus some secondhand tools so I can make my creations of my own. I unwrap a pair of red mittens and a winter scarf from Grandma, soft and warm. Every gift is perfect for our simple Christmas on the farm. So she got tools and some wood scraps so she can make some things of her own. I like these little colorful lights strung in the back here. And then you got the little Christmas tree, and there's Dad, all warm and cozy. Some people start pulling into the yard with shouts of Merry Christmas. Friends and neighbors carry crock pots and other dishes into the little red barn. I see a basket of fresh baked buns and a huge tray of Christmas cookies. Bowls of roasted potatoes, candied yams, roast beef, and a large pan of tamales soon fill the table. What a feast we'll have for Christmas on the farm. So all the good food is coming out. Hey, Georgia Peach, welcome in. I know, if only they were that grateful today, right? For homemade things. Before we eat, everyone forms a big circle. The little red barn looks magical and bright. We hold hands and sing Away in a Manger, the perfect carol for Christmas on the farm. That's a nice scene of them gathered together at the table for Christmas on the farm. We spend the day eating, talking, and playing. People drink hot chocolate and work on puzzles or play board games inside. Some go sledding, skate on the pond, or join a snowball fight outside. And the kids win the snowman making contest. It's all part of fun. It's all part of the fun on Christmas on the farm. So their Christmas day is in full swing, and all the activities are. Hey, Princess, welcome in. This is our second one. All the activities are in full swing. Finally, everyone says goodbye and heads for home. Lights from cars and trucks dot the horizon as they move in a line along the gravel road. Quiet settles over the little red barn, and stars twinkle above the snowy fields. I try not to yawn. I don't even want this day to end. I can't wait for the next year, I say. I want a simple Christmas again. A simple Christmas on the farm. So the Christmas day has ended. Everybody's going home. Look at the little lights strung on the railing. The cat. The end. A Simple Christmas on the Farm. This is a good one. Mia Lorenz, a very peaceful book. Very It's gorgeous illustrations. All right, let's go ahead and take a vote. What have we read? We started out with Curious George, A Treasure of Curious George Anthology. Then we followed that up with A Simple Christmas on the Farm. In the comment section, let's see what everybody's thinking. I give that, I think I'm going to vote for 2. I think I really liked number 2. That was a good one. Simple Christmas on the Farm. In the comment section, let's see what everybody is thinking. Okay, let's get organized here. Let me put these books over here. We have to start getting the books organized so that we can take some of them back to the library. Because we got a lot of them. Let's see what everybody is thinking. Mexi Pina 2, Amber UGC 2, Mia 2, Whitwee 1, then 2. Jaden Black and Stacy 2. Jaden Black, what I do is I go to the library, the local library. There's one by my work and there's one by my apartment. And I take these bags with me and I fill them. I go through each. There has not been one shelf that has not been unturned. I just go through them. Grab, read, grab, read. And what we look for is we look for cultural books. We look for bright covers that grab our attention. We look for interesting books like this. One Day This Tree Will Fall. Oh, your wife read for this? Oh, okay. Oh, you, Jaden Black? Yeah. This one you can get off of Amazon. This is a really good one. Simple Christmas on the Farm. This is a series. It has like spring on the farm, summer on the farm, and then winter on the farm. Really cute. Yeah, so we don't every once in a while we'll read a second one. We'll read one twice, but normally we always read fresh new titles. Because there's always, the children's literature is really fascinating, especially the illustrations and the stories. We learn a lot. We learn a lot. One day, this tree will fall. Jess Medina, thank you. Welcome, welcome in. Please join our page. One day, this tree will fall. And then on Wednesdays, we read one book, and then we do a Christmas decoration. This is what I forgot to show you guys, but this is what you guys made on Wednesday. The tree makes me feel short. I know, doesn't it? So this is the snowman that we made on Wednesday. I was looking at her and I was thinking, she looks like an Upper East Side Jewish woman from New York. She loves a good hat. She loves a good scarf. She loves a good, right, princess. She went Christmas shopping. She's got her cat glasses on, her little nose made out of cinnamon sticks, and then look at her little star. Right, Georgia Peach? She's got a whole personality. I've just been watching her. Every time I come to the tree, I look at her and I think she's developing her own uniqueness. All right. We love a good, yeah, the glasses came out really good. We love a good outdoor forest with trees. Look at it. Wounded, worn, twisted, torn. One day this tree will fall and this story will end. Won't it? A really interesting way to start a book. Wounded, worn, twisted, torn. One day this tree will fall and this story will end. Won't it? And so you've got a tree that's really old, doesn't really give any leaves anymore or branches, like the ones in the back there. There's been some that have been cut down. First, you should know that long, long ago, a tiny seed set sail. Folded inside, it was a tiny tree. This tree. So the wind came, blew some seeds randomly everywhere. Other seeds flew too. Some landed on a bare rock or drowned in a stream. Most were simply gobbled up. This tree's story might have ended that day. But it didn't. This tree grew. So it was one of the lucky ones that got stuck in the dirt, ended up getting some root, and grew. There it is right here. Trees are interesting. It's one of the things that I find really fascinating about trees is that they drop tons of seeds. Drop tons of seeds, but not all of those seeds are gonna plant. It's just like babies. Tons of seeds, but only one makes it. Despite wind, despite ice, despite drought. So the tree grew, and despite the wind, despite the frost and the drought, and then look at this gorgeous picture here. Isn't that funny, guys? Then a spark. Something crackled to life in the dark. Something wild. Something ravenous. Something made entirely of flame. This tree's story might have ended that day. So wildfire. It experienced a wildfire, but it made it. Its life might have ended that day. My golly, it's almost like nature is very wasteful. Nature is wasteful. All those seeds and only one gets planted. But it didn't. This tree drank deeply, sealed itself, healed itself as well as it could. This tree dug its roots in, really protected itself, sealed itself, and healed itself. Phoenix Queen, I love it. Story of my life, right? As well as it could. Meanwhile, the creatures of the forest nibbled, clipped, clawed, and humans